Welcome to the Home Downsizing Show. My name is Ben Souchek, your host and the owner and founder of Home Downsizing Solutions. With the Home Downsizing Show, I want to provide you the information and resources to make the downsizing of your house stress and hassle-free. So sit back and enjoy the show. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. This is Ben Souchek, and welcome to this week's Zoom call. This week, I have a special guest, Tom Holman, with Care Patrol in Omaha, Nebraska, and I will let him introduce his services to you. Tom, thank you for joining me this morning.
Hey, no problem, Ben. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. And I should have mentioned, of course, first thing, Tom is with Care Patrol, who is the company basically provides senior placement services, I think would be the technical term. Is that correct, Tom?
That is correct. We advise seniors to the communities here in Nebraska. So Care Patrol of Nebraska that we cover.
And I was looking at the website somewhat, both last week and this morning before our call. But in your own words, if you could tell individuals what Care Patrol's primary service is, or kind of what your mission and what your goal is with helping people.
Yeah, we help families find assisted living and independent and memory care, and in the home. We review state care and violation histories of communities that we recommend. And we tour our clients to the recommended facilities, much like a realtor shows a house, just like you do. We are free to our community. There is no cost. We provide the service to a lot of people. And why we're successful is that we are free. We don't get paid by you. We get paid by our network providers. And we will help you find the safest and best community for you and your family and loved ones that need.
How did you personally get started with Care Patrol? What brought you to the business, you might say, of helping people?
Yeah, matter of fact, that's a great question. A lot of people sometimes that they get in this business, either it comes from somebody it was a loved one. For me, it's always been I had a niche of being around older people and seeing how it made them feel different, and how once we get to a certain age in our life, sometimes we get to an age where we're like, I'm just old. Mm-hmm. I always found my gravitation was always make a difference in their life, to make them still feel like they're still young. And during this process, it is a very difficult time knowing what we could do as caregivers to help our loved ones out. And me, personally, with the friends that I had one of my friends that ended up passing at 102 years old, learned a lot. But just making that one impact on them, to show them what a great things that you could do to impact our elders, or show them what you could do to enhance their life to be a better for them and the family. Sometimes we all need a break. And so that, for me, that's how I got into this. I was looking around and just caught my eye about helping senior communities. And I felt like it was a good niche for me at that point, just from those little small things that I have experienced in my life with my elder generation that I became good friends with. I just most recently, had a friend of mine most recently passed. Sad, but the best thing about it is the memories, that the way we felt, the way he felt, and the way his family felt. And those are the most important things that made me get into this job. And I say job, and be an owner of this company, to make a difference and show families it's all right to let others help take care during their most difficult time of need.
And as you mentioned, I'm sure you have encountered some challenging times and some stressful times for other people, but being able to help families through those times has to be very rewarding to do that for individuals and family members. If you could, what are some of the typical reasons, I guess, or some of the, maybe what I would term a life-changing event that leads a family or family member to look for your services, to start looking for your type of services that you offer?
It's a great question. A lot of times, a lot of people find us, whether it's from the doctor's office or maybe just on their own, or church, or a networking group. Why they come to us and provide these times, and when times have changed, is either because there's caregiving at home becomes a way overwhelming for those that are taking care of their loved ones, and it's time to be moved into a community at this time for a safer living. And at that point, we walk the family right through that whole process, and how difficult it is. It's very frustrating. It's very difficult, and we want to take that pressure off your shoulders and help relieve that pain and guide you to what services that are actually out there and show you what best community fits your family members' needs. You know, from all walks of life, it all happens in different angles. Sometimes we get it from the doctor's office saying, this family really needs your help. They didn't know the service was out there to be provided. Or we have a church group that will call and say, hey, we have a member in our church that needs your services, and they're trying to figure out what to do with mom and dad, or maybe grandma and grandpa. The situation comes down to this. It's when we kind of figure that we have not enough resources at home to help better our loved one's life, and that's when we get involved. Mm-hmm. And so with that being said, numerous different organizations that do reach out to Care Patrol, from the fire and police department, from churches, from hospitals, from social workers to caseworkers. They know what type of service that we provide. And the key is that we are a free service to the families to help place their loved ones during this most difficult time.
And what are the specific services that Care Patrol offers to families that you work with? If you could kind of just give us a rundown on what you can do for people.
Yeah, matter of fact, especially like our vets is a huge thing right now. There's a aid in attendance, which a lot of people are not familiar with, and where to go and how to get that. So we help them guide through that whole process. If a family member is down to where they don't have any money and they want to be in a community, where do they go? What's their next step? We walk them through how to reach out to the Medicaid waiver side of it all. There's so many different things, and it's very complicated. We just try to keep it very short list and show them what steps that need to be processed during that time frame. Those are usually the main crucial part of it all. The third one would be if there is a house involved, for example, in your service as well as you may. It could be where they need a bridge loan. How do we get the bridge loan? We can't afford it right this second. So how are we able to afford the next step of this? So we guide them into the bridge loan part of it all. Somebody that, like yourself, would be able to say, oh, this is the steps that we need to go through. Give them those list of people or resources or referrals to. The other thing is like, what do we do about moving, packing up, or stuff that needs to go into a community? We also help out with that as well, with the numerous resources that we have. The key is to try to make this process less stressful for the family as much as possible, to make it feel like they're not doing it all themselves.
Sure. And one quick mention, I guess, with our services, we can potentially eliminate the need for, you mentioned, a bridge loan in order to get a homeowner into a community quickly to get the care that they need. And sometimes they have to get that bridge loan, but with our services, we can buy the home and very quickly and eliminate that need. So just wanted to throw that in there also. Anything else, Tom, that you'd like to add that we haven't covered? I know our call's been fairly quick here this morning, but I think we've gone over some good things and provided some good information for people that would be watching. But anything else that you would like to add that we haven't covered so far?
You know, it's always good, especially when we're talking about our loved ones at this point. It's always to get the ball rolling sooner than later. We in life never know what's going to happen the next second. We may plan for what the next second may be, but it might be not what our actual plan is. If we could always think ahead of the actual picture and maybe know what our options are at this time and learn what we need to do for our loved ones to make a difference, it'll make the process so much smoother for the family. And at that point, when things do turn the worst, and if it ever does, and we never want that to happen, but we know that potentially that could happen to our loved ones, that we already know the next step of where our loved ones will be, and how we would establish the estate sale. How do we be able to either have an auction or be able to sell the things inside or whatever? Have that game plan set. The other thing too, also in the process of this all, and I probably should have mentioned earlier, is that we probably would like to know who your POAs are involved with our loved ones, and know who's the medical and who's our financial, or who's doing both. Always try to have two people set aside for that. The best part about this is, in my job, is when families can work together with their loved ones and be on the same side with one another, and know what the most important message here is about, is to take care of our loved ones. And if we could get past that stage to know that taking care of our loved ones is the message that is most important, there's potentially a better lifestyle at the end of the rainbow for them and for yourselves. Always ask your question: when was the last time you went on a date? When was the last time you went out to dinner, or maybe watched a movie? It's okay to take a break, and it's okay for others to be able to watch your loved one for 24 hours and know that they're in safe care. But you also have to remind yourself, you got to take care of yourself, and it's all right for others to help take care of your loved ones as well. And as Care Patrol, we do want the better lifestyle, the better, safer living for our seniors.
I agree. With everything you said. What if a person wants to contact you and follow up the conversation, or have more of a conversation with you as to how you can help them? What's the best way for them to contact you?
Actually, we got two good ways. You could always reach out by calling us. It's 402-904-8296. Or you could go to our website at Care Patrol Omaha in Lincoln. That also give you my little biography about myself, about the company, have a little bit of information there. Be able to see some of the different things that people wrote about us. The other thing is, you can follow us on Facebook at Care Patrol of Nebraska as well. We do cover the majority of Nebraska. So reach out. We're here. The phone rings all the time, but there's not one call that goes by where we don't either call you back or don't answer as when you call. We always want to give every family that same respect. When the phone rings, that we're going to answer that call to give that family the same respect as we gave the one that we're talking to at the previous time. We're here to help. We're here to make a difference in everybody's lives, and especially our loved ones' lives, to make a better life.
Very good. Well, thank you, Tom. Have appreciated you joining me here on our call today. And again, I'm Ben Souchek with Home Downsizing Solutions. If Tom and Care Patrol can help you out, if you have any questions, please contact them. And hope you've enjoyed the call today. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Home Downsizing Show. For additional information and resources on home downsizing, just go to homedownsizingblueprint.com. That's homedownsizingblueprint.com. Or if you're ready to sell your house and downsize, just go to homedownsizingsolutions.com. That's homedownsizingsolutions.com. And if you have ideas to improve our show, or topics that you'd like us to cover, or have any questions that we can answer, just call our office toll free 855-291-5005. That's 855-291-5005. Thank you.